Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Tiki Nikki and I make Bless Unleashed content. So it's been about a week since the Awakened update came out, and all I gotta say is, holy shit, this is a completely different game. So many things were changed, things were improved. The combat flow feels completely different, but it's a lot smoother in my opinion, especially with being able to start a combo, dodge, and then continue the combo. But they also made it so the combat animation doesn't just like cut off and get clunky when you're trying to get back into your combo. And there was a few key things that I wanted to talk about in this video. I'm not going to go over all the changes, but they'll probably be shown here just, over time. So the first thing I wanted to talk about is the compensation. Now, a couple of videos previously I had mentioned about how I was curious as to what they were planning on doing for the people who grinded and got Storm Chaser, Blind Executioner, Nightwind, and even Centurion's Command, and what they would do to compensate the players who had, gotten those and maxed them out already, and I'm proud to say that they actually did come through. As you can see here, if you check your mail, they did give some awards out. As you can see, for the Nightwind Blessing, they gave 30 Superior Breath Blessed tickets, which I used up immediately, and they also did the exact same thing for Blind Executioner. And then when it came to Storm Chaser, they provided the tickets as well as a Superior Bless Breath box. And then if you were able to get Centurion's Command maxed out, they gave you the same thing. They gave you the tickets, they gave you the reward box, but they also gave you this panda, the black bandana panda. And this guy is the most adorable thing. It's an epic mount, so it has 3 sprints. Look at this guy. As you can see too, I am wearing the thank you gift that was given to the players who, because we had to wait for the update to come out. It's a swimsuit that has the hat, and it has the either bikini or the swim trunks and shirt if you're a male player. But look at this guy. It's got 3 spins, he jumps around, and he's the most adorable thing. He's kind of like the armored panda, just without the armor. The next thing I wanted to mention, and this was kind of a small detail that I never really thought about, but I think is a great addition. Over on the right, as you can see here, when you have quest tracking active, it has this little arrow that will actually go and point to the direction where it's located. Now obviously you can just pull up the world map and try and search it for it, which is cool, but this one actually points in the direction when you need to look, so it makes it easier if you're checking on the map or if you're just running in that direction. I thought it was a pretty cool addition, and it's something small and minor that is probably overlooked, but definitely was acceptable, wanted. On top of that, the moves were changed a bit. I know they removed some of the passives like the interrupt or the tracing with the fire from above, but some things were added, like on Erupting Arrow for the Ranger. After you shoot it, you can shoot it a second time and will allow you to do another, as they call it, ending move, but it's another 2 explosions, so you can do 3 damage with a single shot, which I thought was pretty cool. And it's still an AoE attack, just not as big as the Major Ring. And then they added some additional ones for other moves, like with Parting Shot. Once you shoot it, if you hit the button again, you're able to jump forward or really any direction you want to go, which could be helpful in PvP. I personally haven't done PvP since the update, but I'm going to be trying that out in a little bit. Another quick update are these regional quests. They have NPCs that are specific to each region. I think they're actually called like area quests or something of that sort, where you got to do them. They're specific to the area. Those are the 3 active quests I have. There's one in Spirios, Korzakar, and I want to say Navarra. The way we level up our skills now are using skill points, and we level up the blessings using breaths. Now when this update came out, a lot of people were shocked. Their attacks were lowered and their defense was dramatically lowered, and a lot of the equipment got changed to where instead of having, a base crit rate of like 30, 35 or something of that sort, we were dropped down to 15 to 20. And our attacks were doing only a couple thousand, and our defense, like for me, mine went down from 10,000 down to like 6,800. So I was taking a ton of damage when normally I wouldn't. I could take like the big hits from like Sundered Sanctuary final boss and not die, but now 1 hit from that lizard guy and I'll be killed off. I don't know why it was like that, but I do know with all the gear, we'll be able to get back to that level as well as surpass any level that we had hit prior to this update. I mean, I've already started leveling up my blessing and my skills, and I'm already doing more damage than I was previously, and I'm not even at a high level right now. So the combat system being updated is a lot better than I had thought it would be, and it was a lot smoother as well. I think that was the big one, is we were more worried how it was going to transition from the game that we knew to a completely different game with completely different mechanics. And I think they did it well, and I think a lot of the veteran players played the PC version, so we were aware of how it worked, so it wasn't that much of a dramatic change. And new players coming in, they're going to be adopted into that system, so it really won't make a difference to them. Obviously, the biggest issue is that now, at level 40, I have to go back and farm some of the areas and mobs so that I can collect hundreds of breaths to be able to upgrade myself to the level that I was, where, you know, I could get, you know, top 10 in Red Basin all day. But that's part of the grind. That's part of the reason why I play MMOs, because it's not just a simple, easy one. Now, I wanted to point out too, in the shop there's a couple of these welcome packages. They come with up to 200,000 star seeds, like 500,000 gold, and some breath passes. This is a debated hot topic in the community about whether this is pay to win or not. I get why people say it. I personally don't see it as pay to win. I know it's pay for convenience, and obviously that means they'll level faster and become stronger faster. But pay to win to me is when you pay money and you're able to get an item that you wouldn't otherwise be able to obtain, like an ultra powerful bow or some armor that has, like, you know, 100% PvP defense. If you just buy something that you can make money off, or just buy the money outright to be able to purchase other things in game faster, I don't see that as pay to win. I see that as pay to progress faster. But again, that's just me. And speaking of breaths, when you actually go to get your breaths, it has this little animation where the crystal spins. And there are a few times, it's a random one. For me, it happened twice out of the 19 pulls that I did, where when the crystal spins, it turns into a rainbow and you get an epic breath. Now, unfortunately, the one that I got was for a mage, and then the other one was for a crusader, so I couldn't use them. But it shows that it is possible that while drawing your daily breaths, you are able to actually pull an epic one instead of just a regular blue and green. I know somebody had asked that in chat, so I wanted to make you guys aware of that as well. The UI was a little bit smaller, but it feels a lot smoother. I don't know if that was an active change, or if maybe that was just a kind of consequence of the changes. When the Secrets and Scions update came out, the UI was scaled down like how it is sort of now, but it was at 100% in the settings. It's possible that's what happened with this, and that's why it still looks a little bit different. But from my experience, it looks a lot smoother. Even when fighting a world boss, I can actually see more details than it was previously, where it was a real pixelated characters fighting a pixelated boss. And as well as when I go into dungeons, the dungeons look like they're all in high definition, so I think that was probably an active change, but I can't say with 100% certainty on that. And another key change, pun intended, is they removed dungeon keys. So whenever you beat a dungeon, you automatically open up the chest and get the items in it. Now, if you had played previously before the update and you have some keys left, there is a specific NPC who will buy keys from you. If they're regular keys, you'll get, I think it's 50,000 gold, and if they're Abbey keys, you're going to be getting 50,000 star seeds. I did that, and I was so happy. I got like 250,000 star seeds for my 5 Abbey keys, only to go into my warehouse and realize that I still had a few Abbey chests I need to open, so now that's my problem I gotta figure out. And I wanted to mention a couple little changes that are still semi-important. If you had a character who was equipped with an S weapon, S gear, or A gear, and they don't meet a certain level requirement, do not take the armor off. For instance, at 25 you can wear A armor and 35 is S tier. Whatever your alts or your character has on currently will stay there, but the second you remove it, you will not be able to equip it until they meet that requirement again. Obviously, this is going to cause issues when you're trying to start a new character and level them really fast, because you got to restart with all the crappy gear. But I just wanted to make you aware of that before they go on equipping their alts and trying to get them with better gear. It won't happen. Don't unequip them. Keep them where they are now, you know, unless you've leveled them up to a level where they're able to actually wear gear that strong. I know there's a ton more change that I didn't put on here. I'm still experimenting with everything that has changed and trying to figure it all out. So I might post an update video on this. Alright, thank you for checking out this video. Make sure you like and subscribe, and check out my channel for other videos. I do have a couple dungeon ones I'm going to be putting out here soon, as well as an updated ranger build since my previous one was obsolete. And if nothing else, you guys have a blessed day.